Mario Kart World just released with a ton of new characters, but as we know, some characters are bound to be better than others. So in this video, I'm going to go through every single best character and kart inside of Mario Kart World, going from the worst characters and karts right into the best combo at the end of the video. So to find out the absolute best kart combo in the entire game to absolutely destroy your friends and online races, make sure you guys stick around until the end. Also, make sure you guys subscribe. This is literally the second video on this channel and we're about to be popping off soon, so make sure you guys secure your OG 1k ticket. But anyways, let's just take a look. So if we go ahead and press X, there are actually two kinds of sortings that we can do. So for one, it just has like this 5-page sorting thing, but if we go to the other sort, we can actually see a variety of different things. So if we look at this, you'll see that the Goomba and the Piranha Plant are illuminated, and that's for everything on this page, because this page is kind of just like random things. And then this page has a bunch of the baby characters, Nabbit and like Piranha Plant and stuff like that. But like these are all like the kind of baby characters, and then this page has all of the main characters illuminated because this is all of the main characters. So if we actually go ahead and equip here, these are like different kinds of groups. So if I go ahead and equip Cheep Cheep and then I turn on Y, you guys can see here that on the Cute Scoot, it'll have like a 4.5 acceleration and then like a 3/4 speed. Speed and acceleration are the most important stats, so let's just look at those for the time being. Now if we go to Hammer Bro in another class, we can see here that on the same kart, it only runs 3 acceleration, but a speed is a little bit more. But now if we go on to something in the same class, such as Sidestepper, you will see here that it will have different stats. You might be a little bit confused, but hold on, wait, I'll tell you guys in just a sec. All of the different classes and everything you're gonna need to know. Just another example, Waluigi is gonna have low acceleration and higher speed, and I'm just gonna tell you guys right now, as a little sneak peek, you guys are gonna need a good balance of them, but acceleration is going to need to be a little better. And remember guys, it's not just characters, it's also kart combinations. We can actually look here that there's 12 different types of karts, with the last one being an unlockable. And what's also pretty cool is that we can actually make them different by having on a little bit of accessories, so that's pretty neat. But I guess before we get into karts, we're gonna need to get over characters. So let me just show you guys real quick all of the classes of these characters. Alright, so after going through all of the characters and all of the weight classes, we're just going to go from the lightest weight to the heaviest weight. So if you guys don't know, lighter weight means acceleration is higher but speed is lower, and then higher weight means more speed but less acceleration. And acceleration is the same as mini turbo, so it's pretty important. Starting from the lightweight characters, we've got Baby Mario, Baby Luigi, Baby Peach, Baby Daisy, Baby Rosalina, obviously, as well as Goomba, Dry Bones, Sidestepper, and Biddybug. So these guys will have the highest acceleration, which means you'll get heaps of drift boosts or mini turbos real fast, but you won't get nearly as much speed as the characters later on. So we're going to want a good dynamic. But remember guys, this is only the first half. Remember, we still have to go over karts in just a little bit, so make sure you guys stick around. But the next thing, which is just a little bit faster, we've got Koopa Troopa, Toad, Toadette, Shy Guy, Nabbit, Cheep Cheep, Stingby. These are going to be a little bit faster, but a little less mini turbo. But it's like barely any, so it doesn't really make that much of a difference, but it's still a difference. And next up, these are a lot more well-rounded. I just got to say, when I tested them on this rally bike, and I just looked at all of the bars. So this one had 3 acceleration bars and 1.2 speed bars. Those characters being Peach, Yoshi, Monty Mole, and that's all. But now getting into the faster ones, this is going to have a 2.6 acceleration bar and 1.7 speed. We've actually got Pauline, Piranha Plant, and Snowman. Oh yeah, I forgot to mention this, 2.8 acceleration and 1.4 speed is going to be Mario, Luigi, Hammer Bro, Pokey, and the cute little penguin. But now getting into stuff that's probably less meta, that is a little too heavy, we've got Wario, Waluigi, and unfortunately is not meta, Moo Moo the cow! No, I really wanted to use this in competitive, but that sucks, bro. I'm still gonna use them either way. Who actually cares about stats? And now getting into the heaviest character in the entire game with 2.2 acceleration and 2 speed is obviously Bowser. I mean, is that really a surprise? Bowser is just actually a tank. But now that we've gone over every single stat on every single one of these characters, we actually have to determine which stat is the best. I'd like to go for a little bit of a mix of a little more acceleration than speed, but not too much to be like Bowser or something. But instead, acceleration really buffs the charge jumps that you can do. You charge up your drift button while holding A, charge it up, and then you can just release it for a super cool charge jump. And your acceleration actually helps with that to ensure that you can perform the charge jumps as quick as possible. Ooh, a P-switch. Launch off the quarter pipe and get massive air. Do you know what else is massive? Okay, so we have to launch off here, I think. And then we can like do a little boost. Wait, how do you get up there? What the heck? Bro, these missions are actually harder than I thought. And before we get into the karts, I just want to show you guys how much of a difference the acceleration stat actually makes. So I'm just going to make a drift around this turn real quick. So I'm going to just actually start a little bit further back. And this is with Moo Moo, one of the heavier characters in the game. So I'm going to just do a quick drift around here. And you guys can see here, it took me a while, but I got an orange mini turbo and then it followed up into a little thing. Also, look at the speed that comes from a charge jump when I use this character. Like, it takes a while to charge up, and then look at that. But now, I'm just going to go ahead and switch the character to something a little lighter. Actually, the lightest character in the game, the Betty Bug. I'm going to use the exact same kart. Now, check this out. I'm going to do a turn. Look at how quick I charge up this mini turbo. That was like an extremely, like, wide drift. And the fact that I got it that quick is still pretty insane. But if I hold like a hard right, I need to find a hard right turn. Watch, hard right. Oh, look at that, bro. We're getting some insane mini turbo. And if we actually use the charge jump here, we can actually look and see, charge that up extremely quick and go ahead and use this. So the acceleration stat is actually extremely important. But now let's get into karts, and this is where it actually starts getting a lot more confusing. Because let's just go ahead and use a random character like Monty Mole. And then if we go through the karts, this actually changes your stats significantly. Like, look at this. The standard bike gives you a very large acceleration buff with a very low speed. However, this gives you lower acceleration with higher speed. And we're going to want a little bit of a mix. As you guys remember from Mario Kart 8 Deluxe, the acceleration was like a little bit better. It kind of looked like this. The baby blooper, it kind of looked like this with Yoshi Teddy Buggy. So if I just go ahead and equip this right now on, like, let's just go with this track, Acorn Heights. I've never done this before. Oh, I didn't even know I was doing time trials. Wait, okay, I'm kind of screwed. I thought I was in free roam, but whatever, let's just do this. We can see here the acceleration also actually affects the startup boost, which is really good. Like, this is how you win in competitive. And as you guys can see there, look at that. I'm using Monty Mole, which is a relatively heavy character, and that took me like ages to charge up that mini turbo, bro. Also, you're going to need a bunch of acceleration to actually go ahead and use these tricks in the air. So you're going to need to make sure you do that. Another reason acceleration is extremely important is to actually go ahead and wall ride. You're going to need a charge jump up the wall. Let me just try this. Okay, I'm going to charge jump. No, I'm not. But yeah, dude, look at this. This kart is so trash. I cannot even charge a mini turbo. And that also has to do with Monty Mole. But like, yo, dude, this is so bad. Wait, let's try whale ride this. Oh! That's a clip, bro. So in terms of best characters, looking at the character classes again, it seems that a middle-of-the-road class, such as Peach, Yoshi, Monty Mole, are going to be some of the best characters in the game, giving a pretty high speed and a good acceleration. Currently, I think that the best characters in the game, though, are Mario, Luigi, Hammer Bro, Pokey, and Penguin, as they give a pretty high speed without sacrificing too much acceleration. So I'm just going to go ahead and equip Hammer Bro, best character in the game, and actually pair it with what I believe to be the best kart in the game, the Funky Dory. Look at this thing, bro. Look at how balanced the stats are paired with the Funky Dory. Like, this is actually insane. Let's just take this out for a spin on just Mario Bros Circuit 150. I'm going to just show you guys real quick, bro. Look at how insane this kart is. First off, we have a pretty good acceleration, and it's the exact same as speed, which is actually extremely insane. And just look at how fast I can get to first. I mean, we're playing Grand Prix CCUs, and look at this. Again, mini turbo is insanely good, and what I'm noticing is the handling is actually extremely impressive here. Usually I keep falling off, but like, this is actually extremely sturdy. Like, look at this. I'm already in first, bro. Have you ever seen it? Oh, okay, well, I just fell off, but you get the point. I'd love to see what you guys think are the best characters and karts in Mario Kart world. So just let me know in the comments down below, because again, like, I'm literally posting this 2 hours before the game even comes out, simply because I get it first in New Zealand. Also, let me know any video ideas, and please subscribe because I'm a new channel, bro. Anyways, I'll see you all later.